Can I skip finasteride? Can I do without finasteride after my hair transplant? This is asked so many times ad nauseum, and that is the purpose of my present video. Who are the candidates who can do a hair transplant and not take finasteride? Who can hope to get a satisfactory result even without incorporating finasteride in their post-hair transplant regimen? However, I will not miss underlying the fact that anybody who is young and who has progressive baldness, whose baldness has not stabilized, whose baldness gene has not switched off yet, and is considering a hair transplant, has to think very seriously about oral finasteride. Precious time lost mulling over whether you should start finasteride or not, being gullible, falling for advertisements that there are so many other alternatives in place of finasteride, will do gross injustice and cause irretrievable damage to your future goals and objectives. And I have explained this in detail in various previous videos again and again. In this present video, I am going to explain 10 situations in which you can consider not being on oral finasteride after a hair transplant. That is, you have an option of doing a hair transplant without the use of oral finasteride. And what are these 10 circumstances? I will enumerate one by one. The role of DHT in hair loss in androgenetic alopecia was first noted in the 60s, when an observation was made in males belonging to a group of patients, a group of males in the Dominican Republic. This group was deficient in 5-alpha reductase type 2. These males never developed male pattern baldness or prostatic enlargement. This study conducted on this subgroup of patients from the Caribbean revealed that DHT, dihydrotestosterone, is the specific androgen responsible for prostatic enlargement and hair loss as in androgenetic alopecia. 5-alpha reductase type 2 deficiency is an autosomal recessive, sex-linked condition resulting in inability to convert testosterone into its active metabolite, dihydrotestosterone. Secondly, you need not take finasteride when your progression of baldness is very slow and your gene, your baldness gene, is either switching off or is switched off. This is explained in great detail in my video with the same title, When Will My Baldness Gene Switch Off? And a link is in the description box below. Thirdly, traction alopecia as seen in Sikhs and in those racial groups where they tie their hair very tightly. This subset of patients will not benefit from the use of oral finasteride, so they can omit finasteride from their post-hair transplant routine. Finasteride is also not indicated in premenopausal women. And when your grade of baldness is just grade 2, when it is just a hairline recession or frontotemporal point recession or just a high forehead, you need to know that this might just be a trait. This most likely is not genetic baldness if you do not have a family history of baldness. So in these cases, since the incriminating factor is not the baldness gene, it is just a trait which is carried forward from generation to generation. In such cases, you can omit finasteride. When you are using body hair for facial hair transplant, there is no use whatsoever in using finasteride. And this is the DHT paradox. DHT, on one hand though, it causes hair to fall off from the scalp, DHT causes hair to grow elsewhere in the body. So when beard grafts from the shadow area of the beard are used for beard enhancement or mustache restoration, you can omit finasteride very safely. The next indication where you can omit finasteride completely is when you're using body hair like beard hair or chest hair as an adjunct to give an illusion of fullness and naturalness along with scalp micropigmentation. This is the instance when you can do away with this drug. And eighthly, when you are 35 and have a lower grade of baldness, say grade 3 or even grade 4, and the doctor tells you that your donor area is very healthy, there is hardly any miniaturization, and the grafts available are robust. Your baldness is not progressive and is stable for some years. This is very good news because you need not take oral finasteride, because it is not going to do you too much good. And then when you are over 60, in fact when you are over 60, there's half a chance that you have prostatic enlargement and you're already on finasteride. So finasteride does not become a major issue at this age. And lastly, and very importantly, when finasteride is contraindicated in your circumstance, after detailed assessment by your doctor, after detailed psychosocial, psychological and hormonal assessment, and the doctor finds you a misfit for taking the drug finasteride, you are not a candidate. You may be a candidate for a hair transplant, but definitely oral finasteride will do you harm. So these are the 10 circumstances that come to my mind in which you can consider, or you are not a candidate for taking oral finasteride with or without hair transplant. So thank you for watching. If you have any other question regarding finasteride or hair loss and hair transplant in general, I'll be too happy to answer. Just leave a comment in the comment section below and have a look at so many earlier videos I have done on finasteride. The links are in the description box below. Thank you once again and God bless you.